is Eric Vale, the voice of Trunks, and you're listening to Chibi No Podcast.
Protect them all! Oh my god!
Wait, explosion, murder, gun! Dynamite!
Strong.
I'm stronger!
And what is up, peeps? It is time for another episode of Chibi No Podcast. You got me, Div the Smash fan.
Japorean here.
And Sharking.
This is why we don't do things like this over Discord. But we do it when they're necessary because we get these delays like this. Or Japorean just doing his own stupid thing that he usually does. I don't know. It's a toss-up.
You never know. I'll never tell.
Yeah. Anyway, if this is your first time watching Chibi No Podcast, we're just a bunch of friends talking about anime, movies, all things nerdy. Because it's our passion. And we've been doing it for 10 plus years, which is crazy to think about. I think it's actually close to 15. I think.
Dang.
No, it's not. Maybe?
I wouldn't know. I'm just a DLC character.
Yeah, but you're the DLC
Where
character
are
everyone wants
our
to play.
cool YouTube,
I'll have to double check. But anyway, we have a lot of stuff to talk about because we missed last week. But as always, there's not enough time to go through everything. But I did want to give everyone a chance to talk about what they've been up to. What's been occupying their time. So let's go with Japorean. He's missed a few, but we kind of already addressed why he's not here. But let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Japorean, what's occupying your time?
I gotta say things are pretty well this week. Apart from the baby, which is the biggest blessing that I have. I mean, a lot of great things are happening. I'm gonna get Bleach tomorrow. The last season, Argentina lost to Spain, which is another awesome thing. X-Men is doing great. King of the Hill is doing good. I mean, there's a lot of cool things that are happening. Oh, of course, the Odyssey, the masterpiece that I was able to watch.
Of course, the
Because,
Odyssey. Okay, we're gonna talk about that after a little bit. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, I think those are the most important things at the moment. Yeah. Keep it chill, cool, and easy.
All right. What about you, Shark King?
Actually, a lot of the similar things to Paul. The newish baby. My baby is now bald and looks like a airbender. We shaved my baby's head. My wife does not appreciate me calling her my airbender baby
But why?
or my avatar baby.
I think that's a freaking bomb name. That's a bomb like nickname. An airbender.
She's not.
I know, right?
She's not a fan. Although she has seen the show and she does love the show. The original, not the live action. She's very iffy about wanting to watch that. X-Men is, like Paul said, X-Men's been awesome. King of the Hill was great as well. Been playing Halo campaign Evolved.
Which we'll talk about that too.
And I didn't have to pay for it, which is even more awesome.
And that was a Game Pass.
And what's that?
It's on Game Pass.
I do not have Game Pass, but I still did not have to pay for it.
What the freak?
Isn't that great?
What did you do?
Isn't that great?
Is it because of all of your hard work on Halo 5 that you helped with Forge?
I helped a little bit with stuff around like that, but they just gave me the Microsoft points for it, so I did not pay any money for the digital deluxe version of the early access, which I'm not sure. I mean, by the time this comes out, it may already be available to Game Pass and everyone else who didn't want to pay the extra. Was it 40 or 30?
I think it was 30.
Still, I mean, I wouldn't blame anybody for not wanting to, but it's been awesome. I mean, we'll talk about it later. So that's been, just stuff right now is really, really good. Enjoying the last couple weeks of summer break. And that's about it.
Nice. Me, almost exactly the exact same things as you. I don't know why that was flubbing me up. I did want to talk about King of the Hill in just a little bit, but yeah, watched all King of the Hill, X-Men, fantastic. I've been playing Captain Evolved. I'm not super far. I did play the new missions first, and now I've started the actual game. So I have some thoughts about all of that so far. Been doing good. Been trying to play Rivals.
I know.
It's been hit and miss, and it's also Rivals gotten super weird.
The
There
new
was
update has been
there was I
crazy.
have to tell you about a game I played, and I seriously was just I could not deal with it. There, so if you don't know, Rivals, they introduced Jubilee into the game, so that's one thing. If you don't know Jubilee, she sucks. I mean,
The main
people
event.
like her. I don't like her. I never liked the character, as in the show. In the game, I also don't like her. The reason being is because her whole thing is like fireworks, like sparkles. That's all I say. She's the sparkle girl, and they use that in the game. And so there's so many colors that are coming out of her all the time when she's healing. And on top of that, they've done this thing where every character gets a team up, and they get it regardless if the anchor, quote unquote anchor, is on their team or not. So now you have all these other colors. They also added a new like shield color to some characters. So now you have all these colors just like blasting you everywhere. And so when freaking both Jubilees unleash their alts and other people start unleashing, it's seriously like it gives me a freaking headache. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate Jubilee. She always ruining my games. Visually, at least.
To be fair, they actually patched that. At the very beginning, it was horrible. Like playing 18 versus 18 with a bunch of Jubilees, it crashed the whole game. On my PlayStation, it never happens. But they managed to, I guess, lessen the pain on that. So
Yeah, it was
But yes.
horrible.
the abilities, though, is the thing that annoys me the most, though, because each character now has 2 abilities that you can use.
Mm-hmm.
You get a buff if the character it's in there as well too. You get an additional extra ability if the character that you team up is it's in the game. But the
Mhm.
games have been crazy. Competitive has been nuts, and that the whole meta has just evolved.
Yeah, I haven't touched that yet, so I will eventually. But I've just been I'm okay. I'm just gonna play quick play for now. When I do get a chance. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, I'm still finishing up Super Mario Brothers Wonder as well on my Switch 2. That's also been fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else really new. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about that's new. That's gonna be freaking amazing to talk about. And we're just gonna begin. We're gonna begin with this because
The
you got,
Odyssey?
oh, I forgot. God, we have to talk about the gosh dang Odyssey.
Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, I
Okay,
need to
first of all,
say
okay,
that
I need to
was
tell you this.
Alright.
I'm okay.
Alright.
Well, you already know my position on Christopher. I don't like Christopher
I
Nolan.
know you know.
No matter how great this movie possibly is, I'm not gonna watch. But I'm also on the what's it called? On the hater side of it because I honestly just don't like him. But I'm pretty sure he changed a lot of stuff, and I'm pretty sure it's not exactly the Odyssey, and a lot of things changed. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I've never seen it, but I'm pretty sure Christopher Nolan it up to make it one of his movies. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Japorean. Tell us the greatness of Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. What's the supposed greatness?
I'll be fair and simple. First of all, you can't say about this if you haven't even seen the movie.
I can't say
So
whatever the
can't
fudge I
say-
want. It's my podcast.
You have
I'll
to
do whatever
watch
I
it
want.
to make a decision.
He Christopher Nolan it up.
But-
I know that. That's all I know.
But I gotta say this: like, say what you want to say what people in the internet may say, all the haters, all the influencers that have been trying to hate this movie, like trying to bash on this movie. This movie has done pretty good when it comes to box office. It has been one of the top big box office for this year, and also when it comes to IMAX, it brought a lot of people into the IMAX realm. And I definitely enjoyed this movie quite a lot. I wish I could watch it a couple of times, but unfortunately, due to my restrictions as a new parent, I'm not able to. But yes, I will say this. When it comes to the Odyssey, the way that I can describe it, he doesn't introduce all the mythical aspects, like per se all the fantasy. he's trying to make it a more realistic sense
Oh
of
my
what the Odyssey may look like.
gosh, this is so stupid. He Christopher Nolan it up. Then that's all I'm hearing. He Christopher Nolan it up. That's all I'm
Well,
hearing.
like I mentioned before, he did mention that all of this is based, of course, on Homer, who we don't truly know who Homer really is, but it's an interpretation of this. And you don't get to see gods like, hey, this is a god. This is like who he like acting it up and all that. He basically displays, okay, if I was living in those times, what would be like the interpretation of God, such as like, oh, like a big storm, or oh, something is happening, I'm being punished by the god, per se. But yeah,
So there are no monsters in
it's
this.
good.
So like for example, there's Odysseus, right?
The cycle in there.
No. So in the Odyssey, there's a part, right, and I forget the names. The only reason I remember is because the superior version, which was the Percy Jackson Book 2 version, shows us they kind of take Homer's Odyssey in there, where there's a part where, in the Odyssey, in the book or in the poem, there's a part where he has to decide whether he goes into one side of the sea, which has like a huge monster, or this other side with I can't remember what kind of mythical creatures, but they kill 6 of his men. That's like he has to choose one or the other, and he chooses the others. He chooses the side of the 6 men, and they eat him, and they eat the 6 men.
Charybdis and Scylla.
That's what it is. Yeah. So
Charybdis is the I can't remember the exact. I get their names mixed up because they're always mentioned together. I think Charybdis is like the whirlpool, and Scylla is like the 6-headed like Hydra that is like lives in the mountain cliff, but like the heads are like super long, like they come down and just like snatch people up.
Yeah. So is there are those creatures in there?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's in there. Like I said, the way that his approach is a more of a grounded approach, but hey, they talk about this particular gods. They talk about Athena a lot as well too. And I know that there was a lot of hate when it comes to like casting Elliot Page and what's her name, Lupita Nyong'o as some of the characters. I think that was a waste of time, honestly speaking, because those characters appear maybe less than 5 minutes combined. And I think there were a lot of people trying to give so much hate on this movie before seeing the movie.
But Helen, well, I'm not getting into it. I feel like I just feel yeah. If you want to watch the superior version of the Odyssey, go watch Arthur. They have a great one. Go watch Homer. Go watch The Simpsons, The Odyssey, or watch the best one, Percy Jackson Season 2, or read it.
No, but I definitely recommend it though. If you like Greek mythology, if you like war, if you like, I guess Christopher Nolan, like all of those movies. Oh man, I really like this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of this year so far.
I will give it a shot. I am planning on watching it. I'm not in a rush to watch it in like the theaters or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I know that you sound like you liked it. The way you described it makes me not like it.
He describes it in the way that he always describes Christopher Nolan. It's a more grounded approach. Batman, we do a more grounded approach. This movie with mythical, it's a grounded approach.
I don't need my mythology to be grounded. That's kind of the whole point.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I do see the elements of mythology in there. I like Greek mythology a lot as well. And I do feel that this take, I don't know. I think you should watch it, and we can discuss it after. But
like I said, I'm gonna at least give it a shot. But if
that's good.
The way you've described that sounds iffy to me.
Okay.
But I'll have, like
fair.
I said, I'll have to watch. I'll still watch it myself and see how I feel about it.
Okay.
Sounds
Fair
good.
enough.
Alrighty, let's keep moving on, boys. To go on to something that we can all agree on, or I guess Marvel's always something that we always talk about. We're gonna watch the Spider-Man Brand New Day next week early, but we got a surprise this week that we got the first official Avengers Doomsday trailer, and this came out with the announcement that tickets would be on sale on that day for December 18th. So I want to talk about this because this trailer is very interesting. I think there's been a lot of mixed reactions to it for multiple reasons. But I wanted to know what your take on this trailer was, because this trailer Again, we can't really compare it to. At least I don't want to really compare it to Infinity War, because in Infinity War this was. It has a completely different feel. So this. So I want to know what were your thoughts when watching this trailer, because they threw a lot at you, but also not a lot at you. So we finally got to hear Doctor Doom, Robert Downey Jr. actually do his voice, but he really only was in the beginning and then like at the very end of the movie, of the trailer. So not much was he shown. But
And I was just wearing the mask. You didn't get to see his face. So.
which do you think that was a wise choice?
Yeah, I think at least for now,
Yeah.
I think that should be saved for like the theaters.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, so what else?
But I gotta tell you, like when I found out that this trailer is the trailer that they show at San Diego Comic Con last year. Well, no, CinemaCon,
CinemaCon,
one
yeah.
of the conventions. But they cut one particular part that was not in the trailer, and that's the inclusion of Loki and the TVA.
Yeah,
so
that
that's
was
a new clip that was added. I gotta say, I really like it. I just want to watch this trailer and nothing else. I feel like this trailer has not giving. It's giving you like the big idea without actually telling you what it's happening. And I don't know, I'm really psyched. The thing that annoys me, and this is like nitpicking. Well, not nitpicking, but the obvious. It's only gonna be presented in Infinity Vision, which nobody cares. I think I think they should just easily remove it. What was the point of just addressing it?
What do you? Well, can you tell the listeners what this actually means? Because Infinity Vision doesn't mean that it was shot in a particular way. That's not Infinity doesn't mean that. So can you explain to the listeners or the watchers, the viewers, what this means?
Well, the way that I can describe it is just like, hey, this movie was supposed to be on IMAX around December, but since Dune took the spot for IMAX exclusive for 3 weeks, Marvel was like, well, we want to make sure that we bring people into our theaters because it's also releasing on the same day as Dune 3. I think for me, it just feels like it's just a gimmick to say, hey, we have something cool and amazing in competition with IMAX, so you guys can go and watch our movie first and ignore Dune for now, which realistically speaking, people are gonna watch Dune anyways. And to me, it's like I said, it's just a gimmick to like invite people to hey, this is something luxurious, this is something different. But I think it's just as any other movie that you can watch. It's just like a label to indicate, oh, this is special. To draw more seats to the movie theater.
Right. So to give it.
Do I know what Infinity Mission is? Not really.
Well,
that's
what I was. That's what I was asking you.
Supposed to be like a special event.
That's what I was asking you to explain.
Nobody knows.
I do know. I do know. Yeah, you're right. It's a gimmick, but you didn't explain what it is.
You're confusing him.
So Infinity Vision, basically, when they say go see the movie in Infinity Vision is they basically have labeled any movie theaters that are really big, that have some sort of special effect. For example, like D-Box, or if it's like 4D, or like Regal, you know how it has like the extra sides on the screens?
Yeah.
So anything that makes the trailer or the movie more immersive is quote unquote Infinity Vision. So they didn't do anything. They're just telling you, hey, go watch it at these theaters because these theaters will give you a unique experience to the movie. Even though,
according to the website for Infinity Vision, because they do have Infinity Vision website, it's a certification of premium large format theaters. This includes big screens with bright images and outstanding sound.
Yep. So it's so vague, and I'm like, oh, are you going to see it in Infinity Vision?
So basically, they're telling you it's good.
Yeah. It has our seal of approval.
This will be played in good theaters.
Which apparently every theater now has that Infinity Vision already adaptable. Nothing has to be changed.
Hey, they haven't.
Regardless, regardless of how crappy that advertisement is, this trailer was amazing. I really enjoy it. I have some speculations of what might happen here. I feel like there is some edit. They edit certain characters in the trailer away from the to avoid spoilers, but I don't know. I am really psyched about the way that this finally we're able to see a trailer for the Avengers.
Yeah, it's true. I did like the parts you got to see. So I actually was kind of smiling when you finally see Sue with Namor. If you've read the
Yeah.
comics, yeah, if you read the comics, this has always been like a little. Namor has a little crush, I guess, in a very.
A little cry.
Okay,
This looks
I'm putting it lightly, with Sue Storm. And so I don't know if they're gonna play. I mean, I think they'd be dumb not to play into that a little bit, to show kind of Namor like his infatuation with Sue. Just to add a little
they
bit more
have
tension
to.
to this game, a little more, add more tension to the movie, because remember Thor's his whole speech is like, you need to put away your squabbles, right? You need to band together, and if you survive, you'll be brothers and sisters. So it's like there's already issues with the new Avengers, the Avengers. I you didn't see Namor or oh my gosh, what was her name? What's T'Challa's sister's name? Anyway, the new Shuri. There you go. You didn't see Shuri. You didn't see Shuri in there, but I'm pretty sure maybe they might have been edited out. I don't know. But I know they're part of their squad. Their squabbles there too. So I know this speech has to be given to everyone who's gonna go face Doom. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna add as many of these squabbles as they can. But yeah, I love that. Sharky, I'm really excited to hear about you. You're a huge X-Men fan. You know also a lot more about the comics as well in our group. Kind of what did you see? What was the like biggest thing that you saw? Whether it was a nod to the comics or just something you just thought was like, oh, this is actually really, really intense or really amazing.
I'm really just excited to see just kind of like there wasn't too much like comic scenes that I saw at least from the trailer. I could have missed them, but just I did really like the one. I mean, the one scene that they did have is in Cyclops takes off his visor and he's just like shooting completely upwards.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really I can't even remember the issue, but it's a pretty. I'm not as good with my memory. Like I can't tell you. Oh, it's from X-Men issue number da 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 da. Like I recognize the covers, but I can't tell you which one it's from. That one was really cool. Like that scene, just to see him coming back after pretty much lying and saying, "I don't know, man. I can't. I'm doing Sonic movies. I don't know if I could.
I don't know.
I don't
Okay,
know if
I'm
I'm
in.
going back."
I'm in. Rah! I just kept seeing some moves like just from. I know they didn't take it from Marvel Rivals, but like when Gambit goes and he hits his stick, whatever, on the ground. Yeah, I just remember just thinking of Marvel Rivals because that's a move that Gambit has.
I think the part like
I know.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I feel like because of Rivals, the perception of some of the characters or new characters that are gonna be introduced, it's gonna be affected by the way that we play already.
Whoa! That's all I could hear when I saw Cyclops taking off his visor, him doing his all just shooting at it. If I don't see Namor shoot out a freaking whale to hit somebody, I'm gonna lose it.
I don't think he will.
Come
I
on,
don't
he
think
has
he
to.
will.
The sea obeys him.
He really doesn't.
That sucks.
I'm just really looking forward to how like the cast is gonna like just all the characters are gonna interact. I'm sure there's gonna be multiple things going on. Like you can see certain characters mean certain other characters. I'm just really excited to finally see like X-Men join like everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
especially like some of the older cast like Patrick Stewart and Sir Ian McKellen. Like there's I'm interested to see how they're gonna interact with each other. I think the biggest thing that I'm wondering how they're gonna bring Namor back into this. I wonder if it's gonna have to do with like the Fantastic Four or something's obviously gonna have to happen because of otherwise, for the most part, you could be like, if everyone on Earth pretty much dies, like no one will know about it. Like it doesn't really affect them. They kind of have their own thing going on.
I've heard like
Um,
I've heard of different like theories. Some people were saying that he's already in the void. That's what I heard.
Maybe.
Theory. I was like maybe.
Okay.
I did notice that Shuri has some like name or I guess color scheme in her outfit.
Yeah, and he's wearing an vibranium like
At Vibranian outfit as well too.
outfit. Yeah. So they've been keeping in
Because I know
contact.
like because in Wakanda Forever they made an alliance at the end of the movie. So I wonder if there's some things they're gonna be trading, collaborating at least for the time being. But
There has to be.
yeah, I don't know. Something that we didn't see. I didn't get to see like I would love to see Nightcrawler. He was not in there. I wish I could see him a little bit more of that. I didn't get to see like what's her name from who traveling? Oh, Beast. Beast is not.
Yeah,
in the
they didn't
trailer.
show Beast in the trailer. Yeah, it's super odd.
We
You didn't
Beast. Didn't see Monica Rambeau.
Yep. You didn't see her either.
Who I think is a part of the movie as well. Yeah, but yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested to see. I'm hoping that I know that last scene with Thor fighting Doom had to have been edited because I know he's just not by himself. There has to be some people around him. I'm hoping that it. I think the way that he stops it, it just didn't feel as impactful. It looked cool. Like I was hoping. Like I mean, they might add more effects because I know he has runes. Right, he has runes everywhere on his armor. So
Yeah,
it's
you
like
can see him gauntlet.
so I want to see something where like he activates it so he can stop Stormbreaker like that. Like that's like my
Maybe
only
that's the
like
reason why he was able to stop. Because if you notice, if you look at the runes closely, it has even like Loki symbols from his headpiece.
it does.
So I do wonder if there was something in there that he probably already has to protect him for like all of that. But I did hear people were saying that the very last part of the trailer, when Thor meets Steve, a lot of people are saying that that's actually the part that's being edited, that has been modified.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't feel like his surprisement of meeting Steve. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. This is just some speculation that I've been reading here and there.
I've heard that too. I've heard they said like there's someone behind Steve, and someone thinks that Thor's reaction of saying that's not possible is to whoever's behind Steve and not necessarily Steve himself. But I don't know. I've heard so many different theories.
I tell you what's really cool. They released a new poster, which you have Doom looking at a tapestry. That looks really awesome. It's in that tapestry. You basically see him like looking into a world, and above there is a mother and a son, with angels around it.
Yes, I did see
and
that.
I don't know. People are trying to digest it to see if there is some Easter eggs in there. I think some people pointed out like maybe you see Tony snapping his finger. But I don't know if that's real or not. But it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I know I got tickets. I don't know if Sharking, if you got it with us, because I know Paul sent it to us.
He did. You got. I think I got your tickets. I'm just not sure if. I'm checking with my wife if she wants to go.
Okay.
Because she sometimes wants to go and sometimes she doesn't. And I think I might have mentioned this just because I think it's funny. She's gonna be mad at me, but I think it was a couple summers ago. She was just like, "Oh, let's go to the movies." She wanted to take me out somewhere. So I was like, "Oh yeah, I want to go to the movies. I want to go see Thunderbolts." She's like, "Okay, we'll go." And it was not until the Marvel comics started started going on that she's like, "Wait, this is a Marvel movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been talking about this movie for a couple of months now."
I thought she wanted to watch 007 Thunderbolt movie, the one in the 90s.
I don't know what I'm like, "What did you think this was?" She's like, "I don't know." She's like, "I just thought it was an action movie." I'm like, "Well, I guess it is." I'm like, "But
I mean, it is.
it is, but." She's like, "This is a Marvel movie." So she was and she hadn't seen I think the last thing she saw pre Thunderbolts was like Endgame.
Okay.
And sorry, No Way Home. No Way Home. So she was very confused. She's like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? What are they doing? Are they friends? Is that the good guy or is that a bad guy?
That's awesome. I'm not gonna lie,
Did
that's
she
freaking
like the movie?
hilarious.
She did. She really liked the movie. She actually wants to. I mean, she says this. She sometimes says things and we don't always get around to it, but she says she wanted to go watch like all the Marvel movies again. I told her about them. Like, there's also TV shows. She's like, we should watch those too. I'm like, I don't think we're gonna have time to watch all of that before the movie comes out.
That might be
But she
sometime.
also
Just
said that a month, like, was it 2 months ago? She wanted to rewatch all the Spider-Man movies before this one coming out next week, and we have watched zero. So we'll see. I also don't want to buy them so far in advance that we buy them and then. This is definitely not a movie, especially like the first showing. If I go see it more than once, that I want my wife being, who's this guy? What's that guy? What's that guy doing? Is that a good guy? Who's that guy?
Oh, yeah,
Why
that
are they
would-
friends? Why are they fighting? I'm gonna be like, please be quiet.
just enjoy the
You know,
ride.
just let her know this is the Thunderbolt sequel. So maybe
Oh my
she'll.
God.
Shut up, Paul.
Some characters she'll get, but no.
Anyway, let's keep moving on. Some not so good news. If you watched any of the Godzilla versus Kong movies, so there's two of them. In the first and second one, there was a actress who was a deaf person who had like a strong connection to Kong. Her name was Kaylee Hpttle. She unfortunately passed away. She was in a car accident at the age of 18. And Mr. Mr. was the one that sent it over to us like really early in the morning, and I was like, dang, that sucks so bad.
Was not a good way to start.
No.
I know, right? And
Yes.
from what I read, she died in a car accident.
Yes.
From what I heard, and
Yeah.
it kind of sucks because her and what's the guy from Jurassic Park, Sam something.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's another one we
Yeah, it's
wanted to.
Yeah, he was also supposed to be in this. Well, he's also in the movie, so both of them are actually going to be in this movie, and I think that was going to be their
last appearance
Well,
in film.
yeah. So it kind of sucks though. Like, you would not expect for people. Well, people do that. That's part of life, but especially like somebody at a really young age, that's 18. You have a lot of like things to look for in the future.
Wait, so which Jurassic?
It
The one
counts.
that passed away, Sam Neill, or is it someone else?
Yes, Sam
Okay.
Neill.
Okay.
Yeah, he was also supposed to be in this new Godzilla movie as well.
Yeah.
And I think he recorded his last part of this movie too.
Yeah, and he it was interesting because he had beaten cancer and then he got pneumonia and your body goes through so much with cancer, so I think the pneumonia was just like it was just too much for him after beating cancer, which sucks. But yeah,
It's a bummer.
Yeah,
I do hope that the movie does well though.
I mean, we're gonna have Iron Man Kong, so it better be good.
That's what everyone asked for.
Yeah, Mr. Mister's not too happy with that. I'll tell you that much. Because of the actress
Okay,
passing
Mr.
away,
Mr.
but also
Mister.
because of the Iron Kong. So, but yeah. So rest in peace, Kaylee Hpttle and Sam Neill. You guys, yeah, I think she was a great actress in the two movies that I know her of. And Sam Neill, I mean, he is the face of Jurassic Park, Dr. Grant.
Sure.
So, yeah, rest in peace, guys. Alrighty. So for more interesting news, if you don't remember, well, I guess if you're not in the United States, I think we have a few listeners. I don't know about viewers, but a few listeners that don't live in the United States. But for those that don't live in the United States, there were tariffs that were placed on a lot of imported goods. One of them being also the Switch 2. And so for that reason, for other reasons, well, they had raised the prices. So Nintendo did it, Sony has done it, and Xbox has done it as well. Well, I guess there's a class action lawsuit to basically make it so that the money that they had to pay on that people had to pay because of the tariffs, that they get like a refund on that. But Nintendo's like, nope, we're not giving back that money. They said they're under no obligation to pass that money back to consumers. This has brought up a lot of talk and a lot of people really upset with Nintendo. Again, I don't know if Nintendo's the only one. Like, I don't know what Sony or Xbox have said about the tariffs, because I know it's not just on Nintendo, just like on anything that has had a tariff, especially like electronics. So it's really interesting. I mean, we've seen a lot of Nintendo's actions and their decisions. Do you think they'll give in and be like, yeah, sure, we'll give the consumers that difference back to them?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, honestly speaking, but I'm guessing, like, I mean, you already pay for it. How are they gonna do it? They're gonna like individually track each particular people that bought the Switch at their stores and like find a
I'm
way to
pretty
give them money.
I'm pretty
All
sure.
the
Or
people
just
who
for Nintendo
register their
cash.
Nintendo Switches will get their.
Yeah, right. I think it's kind of hard to like even pull that up.
Well, with the
Like,
class,
what if you buy it for a friend?
with a
Go ahead.
class action lawsuit, basically, if you want to be part, you have to like submit your information if they were to agree to it, and that way, like when some sort of refund gets to you, that's how they know who to give it to. So you'd have to show have to show that you paid the higher price. But basically, Nintendo has said it was a customer's decision to buy a product at the stated price at the time, regardless of the reasons why the price may have been higher due to tariffs. So because of that, they're like, it sucks to suck. That's all they're saying to their
I
customers.
guess you should have bought it before. I guess I don't know.
You should have bought it before your country added tariffs.
Yeah,
Oh, well, you'd
I
fit.
think they're just
You'd
complying.
you'd fit
I
in
think
with
just I think
Nintendo
just
so
complying.
well.
I feel like Nintendo just is complying with the laws of the country at the time, and unfortunately, the laws here in the United States are being horrible when it comes to tariffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but
But you
whatever.
gotta love Nintendo though. It's the best
You don't.
console
We don't
that's
got
screwing
to.
us over
We don't got
compared
to
to
do anything.
Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Like of all the consoles that are screwing us over, they're the least one. They're still screwing us over, but not as bad. Whatever.
I do want to mention this really quick because I listened to your podcast last week. I also wanted to chip in on what you guys mentioned regarding Sony killing physical media.
Yeah.
When it
Oh,
comes
yeah.
to gaming.
We wanted you on there because you're like the biggest advocate for physical media.
Yeah, I gotta say, as much as I love Sony, when it comes to the PlayStation, all of like their movies and all that kind of stuff, I felt like I betrayed quite a bit, and it wasn't a cool move from them to do all of this. It kind of screwed a lot of people over. Uh, and again, it goes back to Nintendo. Nintendo, at least they have their virtual sharing that you can share the game cartridges here and there. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of annoyed at that. I'm kind of annoyed at Crunchyroll as well, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if we talk about it.
We
I
didn't.
need to talk about this too.
Oh,
So yeah,
yeah.
so Crunchyroll, which is owned by Sony, which I don't know if this is Sony's fault or just Crunchyroll itself, they basically gatekeeping the store.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for you to access that, you have to be a member, which you have to pay like $14 a month just to be able to use the service and also have access to their store to buy physical movies and media, which is the dumbest thing ever. And I don't like that at all. I think it's time to go back to the old pirated
Sound
ways of.
I like an old person.
No, seriously, that's
Back in my day, we had physical media.
It really bothers me quite a lot as well. Which I gotta say, like at this time, if you have a chance, go and buy all your physical media, all your movies, all your anime, because you never know. Just because it's on the cloud doesn't mean you get to own it. I mean, you could for a time being, but you never know. It can take a definitely. Oh, they also removed some titles from Crunchyroll as well.
They did.
Removed like 5 or 6 animes because of licenses. And I think one of them is the one that Miles liked, which is called Orange. He recommended that to me, and I never got to watch it. I guess some never
And
will.
now you never will.
Crunchyroll.
No, he'll put
On
it.
Crunchyroll, at least.
He'll put it. Yeah, you'll find a way to watch it. Don't worry. Don't
Oh,
worry.
I know my ways. I know. I survived this in the past, but I do feel like this is
Japro,
the
this
thing
isn't
that
my
bothers
first
me,
rodeo,
like,
man.
no, honestly speaking, though, like I feel like people are going back to the old ways, which it kind of sucks because if you want to support the media, you want to support like people that have worked on the anime and show that well, at least buy it. But if you're gonna gatekeep it, well, I guess there's no choice.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, Sony has made like horrible moves. Um, it bothers me. I do hope that the last Final Fantasy at least comes in physical media, so I can have my trilogy.
Well, it's supposed to come out. It's supposed to come out this year, right?
Oh, that's right. At the end of the year, I think.
Yeah.
No,
if
no,
it
next
comes,
year. Something like that.
I think we're still good. I think they said it was January 1st of 2028, if I remember correctly. So I think you'll be good. So we'll be good. We'll be good. At least until
Back to
then.
the whole topic. Nintendo's the only savior now. Even though like all this news, I think in comparison with the other two companies,
Yeah.
Nintendo is doing their own thing, and I guess they're being saved from all of this at least.
How dare you say that about Xbox?
Xbox? What is an Xbox?
Speaking of Xbox, we're gonna move into that because Xbox, well, not just Xbox because it was also on PlayStation, but if you got the premium edition of Halo Campaign Evolved, you were able to play it as of yesterday. We're recording today on the 24th, so you got to play as of yesterday. And Shark King, myself, and Miles the Tech Guy, who is not here, we've been able to play it. I don't know if I think Shark King has more time to finish. I don't know if he did, but we have been able to play it.
I have completed the game.
Okay. Well, with this spoiler talking all of this, I'll tell you that much because I do want to talk about.
How can it not be? It's a remake of like a 25-year-old game.
I mean, yeah, at least people know how it ends.
Well, I guess we'll talk more about the differences in the game versus the original one.
You can play on PlayStation. That's the biggest difference, right?
No. Be quiet, Shark King.
You want
Be
to start?
quiet. Sorry, Japorean. No, Shark King. I want you to talk. Yeah, let's have you begin.
Okay. First thing I want to say, it looks awesome.
It does.
It looks beautiful. It really is not like. I'm worried in saying this because I feel like this is the 4th or 5th time they're trying to do this, but I feel like they're trying to reboot Halo. For I don't know how many times, I've lost track of how many times.
Yep.
But it's nice because you're going back to like the basics, but it's been like updated. So it's not just like a frame for frame remake. It looks great. Like it's got weapons from like all the different kinds of Halo games, but they put them back all into the original one. It's just fun. Like in preparation, I've been playing like Master Chief Collection, so I've been playing Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Reach, but everything except for Infinite, which is up until this month. And it's just been great, man. Like it's just a lot of fun. I'm playing with one of my daughters, and we finished the campaign in co-op.
Nice.
I am upset that for whatever reason I haven't been able to play or connect with other people.
Is it cost there?
No, you can. I did find out that there's something in your profile you have to set to allow it. That's what happened with me.
On Xbox?
Well, I got it on Xbox, but Miles has it on Steam. So I couldn't. I had to make sure that my cross-platform setting was turned on.
Was allowed?
Yeah, and then after that, after I made sure it was on, I could play with Miles.
Okay.
So that's the only thing. I kind of want to talk to you about the prequel missions, the new missions, because this was very interesting. So, again, we're going into spoiler talk. We'll talk more detail about it. Basically, this mission is that they're trying to get intel about the Covenant, and basically at the end, you find out the intel that they were able to receive is about High Charity, about like their main base. I don't remember if it said where it is, but they showed it at the very end. But that was basically like their mission was to retrieve this information. And it was across 3 missions that you obtained this information. But I wanted to know, like, how did you feel about this mission? Did you feel like it felt like separate from kind of like a DLC type of thing, or did it feel like it kind of flowed? I guess it's kind of hard to say like it flows right into Halo 1 because it doesn't really connect to the first mission of the actual campaign. But how did you feel as a prequel mission to kind of something new for old Halo fans?
I think it's just a little bit of. I mean, Master Chief's always the main. It just kind of makes and talks. I mean, not really lore wise, but it gives you a lot more about like Sergeant Johnson, who I know his original voice actor has since retired from voice acting, which is a bummer.
Yeah, it is.
That they couldn't get him to come back because it is different, but I mean, it's just more of like I think they're just trying to build more character relation just to see why like Johnson and Chief are close.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the whole purpose of the game, so you can have more than one character, but to kind of root for.
And
but I think that's it. I think the missions are. I played the prequel missions first because I was like, "This is something different. This is what I want to see first."
Me too.
They're pretty good. Like, they're pretty good, and I like that they're. Even though like they've never been made before, they're very, and it's a new engine, or it's on a new engine. It's very nostalgic because a lot of the layout is similar to other levels from across other Halo games. Not necessarily one, but other ones. I'm like, oh, okay. So like it's similar, but it's different. So I think that's kind of what they're going for. When, like I said, when they're trying to reboot, it's like, hey, it's still Halo, but it's the same Halo you've always loved, but it's different. You know?
Yeah, I get it. I remember thinking like the Prophet that's in there, it's a new one, right? Because that's I think his name's Harmony.
Prophet of Harmony, yeah.
Prophet of Harmony, which we had never seen before. As far as I remember, maybe you can.
I have it, and he's a minor prophet.
Yeah, but he's
not one of the big 3, but
he also talked about like he's like one that's kind of doing his own thing, kind of. It kind of sounded like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They did something interesting. They gave. I mean, you're introduced to the brutes, but they have like this. I don't know what it is. Like this thing on their chest that is it what makes them go more feral, or just gives them an extra boost?
It's like they're like genetically modifying Covenant troops.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, the brutes. The brutes. In other games, usually when you kill everyone else from their pack, except for the last one, they throw their weapon down, they go feral, they just run around and just start like Hulk smashing everything, pretty much. But now they kind of have like a lore reason why. So they have like this little, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like a Bane from Batman. Like if they get shot there, like you just kind of roid out, and then they like, I think it feels like their health bar like doubles.
It does. Yeah, it feels like that too.
So they just become bullet sponges. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just wasted 3 grenades on one brute. But they just become bullet sponges, and they're really, really hard to kill. They run faster, they jump, and they attack everything. The nice part about this is that they become so feral, they'll even attack like their allies.
Mm-hmm.
So the fun thing to do is to shoot them in the chest from far away and just watch them kill everything for you, and then you're just like, this is great.
Done.
I guess another equivalent would be like the what are they called? Like the rage darts from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. I remember.
So it's nice.
Wait. Question for you: does the game has the co-op on for like story mode or not?
Yes. It has which I was happy with. It brought couch co-op up to 2 people. But if you play online, you can have up to 4 people, which has never been done in the first Halo game.
Nope.
Yeah. Yes.
And I don't know, did they do that? I don't think they had that in Halo 2, did they?
They had it in Halo 3. That was the first time it
Halo
was
3 was
four
the first
player.
time.
I feel like what they're trying to do with this remake, they're trying to make it more aligned to the other games. So, for example, like, and maybe this is just a small little thing. I was just a little bit peeved at it, but like when you first see Chief after he gets out of Krause and he says, and then he goes to Keys. It makes it seem that Cortana's been on the Pillar of Honor, but when he puts Cortana into his helmet, it kind of makes it seem like that's her first time in there, because she says something like, "Oh, this is like your system or something. It's kind of like the Pillar of Autumn." So my thought was, I'm pretty sure they're trying to connect Reach to this one, because originally that's not how it was. Originally, Cortana was with the Chief a lot more. Like they were very together, and so it kind of feels like they're kind of rewriting that, which I'm not a big fan of. But it was just a small thing that I saw, and I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that now. And then now, like the way she talks to the Master Chief is now kind of, in the beginning it's kind of formal, because she calls him Master Chief and not just Chief. So just these small, or John. So it's these things I was just like, I don't like that. I don't like the decision that they made. Again, I understand why, because they messed up with Reach, saying that Cortana was for some reason on Reach and not with this Chief, and it goes against the books. And the original creators were like, it's up to your interpretation, which that's all their fault. But now they're trying to make it course corrected, and I'm just not for that. At least that kind of part. I understand it to make the game continuity better. But I don't like it. That's just a small thing.
There's a couple weird things. I don't know if I could be wrong, and I'm actually pretty sure that I'm not wrong, but I could be. I'm not like 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure. In one of the prequel missions, when you're with ODSTs, the soldiers, they call Johnson Sergeant Major. That doesn't happen until Halo 3.
Yeah. Because that's when he gets promoted.
He hasn't gotten promoted yet. But I mean, it's like, in the long scheme of things, does this make all that big of a difference? Not really. Like they could always just retcon this very lazily by saying, "Hey, he's always been Sergeant Major." It's too long to, I don't know. Like it's just shorter to Sergeant for short. So I'm like, okay, sure, fine, whatever.
Yeah,
Because I mean, they do that with Matt. They call him Chief instead of Master Chief every time.
Yeah, but again, I think that when they call him Chief, like it's less of a formality. Like, we've fought with each other for so long that there's like a friendship or some sort of like what's the word? It's not formal. And I think that gives Chief, even though he's very not human in the first games, it brings that human connection to him, because they refer to him as the Chief or John, and not just Master Chief, even though that's his official title or name or whatever.
Rank, yeah.
So that's my only thing. I think I think IGN gave it like a 7 out of 10. I don't believe that's accurate. I mean, from what I've played so far.
Lower or higher?
Huh? I would rate it higher. I have some issues with some things here and there with the engine itself. But I don't think it's nowhere near 7. I would say maybe 8.5, 9 right now. What about you?
That's actually exactly. I was probably going to go somewhere between 8.5 and 9. So we were probably thinking around the same thing. I think, to be fair, the thing that I don't like, I guess, is I don't like. I mean, the idea of it is cool. How they had them re-record all their voice lines.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like a lot of like and they changed some of the dialogue, which I think is good. Like it feels more modern. There's a lot of stuff that's like, that really, thinking back, it doesn't really make that much sense to have them say that. That's more of like a British term or just something else. But like, I feel like a lot of the old lines, they just kind of like, I'm like, that's not the way you say that. You know what I mean? Like just their inflection is different, or the emphasis is on different words. I'm like,
and it's right from the beginning too. It's kind of odd.
Yeah, like
they've added a few.
Again, it's not. Maybe I'll have to go through a couple more playthroughs, but it reminds me like the first time you hear like somebody cover a song you like from one of your favorite bands.
Uh-huh.
You're like, hey, I know this, and then you're like, wait a minute,
This part's
this is
different.
not the way that's not how this song goes.
There's like some
And
parts.
then-
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Chucky.
It just maybe it's gonna just take some time. I do like that they made changes, and I feel especially on like the last half of the
Uh-huh.
campaign, I feel like the what level layout, the way it was changed, and it wasn't just so much cookie cutter like play this level and not play the same level, but in reverse.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a lot better. And it was different, and it was like I said, my daughter and I just finished Halo 1 a month ago.
Mhm.
We had played the anniversary one, but it's the same thing. So she's like, oh, I remember this part. I remember this part. So she was even noticing like different things, but for the most part, I mean, it's pretty true to like the story doesn't change. There's a couple of different parts, and I think they're trying to expand like more on the characters. Like the part I think that stood out character wise more was like when Master Chief saves Captain Keyes.
Uh-huh.
He tries to give him back his Magnum that he gets like at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so he's very like he's not just a killing machine, you know, like he's human. They're trying to make him more like just develop him more as a character, which I think is not bad. I think it's
No.
good. I think it's one of the reasons why Halo 4 was good.
Mhm.
Or one of the things I shouldn't say was good was one of the things I liked about Halo 4.
Yeah. They gave him more of a humanity, more humane, and yeah. And again, it's just from the beginning you notice things like the cutscenes are different. I mean, they're not one to one. They added a little bit more like dialogue within the soldiers. The thing you mentioned about the keys, right? So in the original one, Key just says, here's the Magnum. I never keep it loaded. You have to find ammo." I thought it was a funny joke, but now it's like he gives you a specific Magnum to give to his daughter. So it's like, so it was just kind of weird because I was kind of thrown off. Like, why are they adding this to? Like, I'm trying to think, where is the connection? Why are they making it so? I guess making this like giving this Magnum, and again, it kind of makes. I mean, I think Keyes made him a lot more in the first games. He was in the original ones. He was very more stoic. He was just like, "We're doing this. Go guys! Like, get back!" You know.
I'm the captain. Do this.
Yeah, I'm the captain. Do this, and this one is kind of like, I'm probably gonna die. Like, here, please do this for me. Kind of. So it gives him a little bit more of a personality, which again, people might like, might not like. I can see the argument for both because him kind of being stoic and the way the games were before is there is a market for that. There's a reason why they like games like that and the way that it was delivered. And so, but I think like for modern audiences now, I think it's a good change, regardless if you personally like it or not. But
Agreed.
Yeah, good ones. I can't wait to finish it. And then we can play together, Shark King.
I will say I can't give it a perfect rating. Just one, it's missing a multiplayer.
Yep.
And I don't get why that's not on here.
Okay.
Or even more, to be more honest, and I didn't think it was going to be enough, but the campaign remix mode is super fun. I'm on this is only the day after. It's less than 24 or a little bit more than 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Be like 36 hours. I'm on my third playthrough of campaign remix.
Dang.
What's special about the remix?
Campaign remix is when there's skulls that you can find in the game, which are like game modifiers. So like some of them make the game easier, some of them make them hard. Like some of them is like if you die, you restart the entire level. Some of them is you kill enemy, like certain enemies, like they their bodies blow up. Like a grenade goes off from their bodies as soon as you kill them. Some of them lets you fly.
Yeah, basically you can fly
So
throughout
there's a whole lot of there's a wide range of different things. Some of them make the game easier, some of them make them harder. There's like an auto reload if you ever switch weapons. Whatever weapon you put on your back is like automatically reloaded. But what it lets you do is when you're playing campaign remix, it gives you random skulls. So sometimes the playthrough will be easier, sometimes it'll just be harder, sometimes it's a little bit of both. But the main ones that they do is they basically put like a Pokemon randomizer in Halo. The enemies are random and the guns are random. So even though you're playing this first level, it's like, oh, here's your first weapon. It's the rocket launcher. Indoors. And then all of the enemies that you run into, even though normally like lore wise and campaign wise, like there's more than like just two sides. There's like 4 different sides going on. But in this, when you're playing Remix, they all work together against you. So it's just different. I feel like it keeps like the story. It's like it still plays through the story, but like the actual fighting is different. You get to use the guns that were never even in the first game to begin with, and were in just like the new bonus missions. So let's use the bonus mission weapons in like the regular story mode. So it's just different. And I really think it's a lot of fun. The one thing I really wanted a multiplayer, and I know they said from the beginning it was only going to be a campaign. If they were going to do co-op, I don't understand why they didn't also put in a firefight mode.
Yeah, I think that was their biggest fail.
I think that I don't understand how you don't put that in there. There's so many spots that were taken from this same game and then later converted into firefight maps. Like it wouldn't have been that hard to do. Then they would have been able to use a little bit more with like the bonus missions and stuff like that. And I think that just would have given the game a lot more replayability. Again, with Campaign Remix, I still think it has a lot of replay value. And with co-op, but I think that would have been something I really, really wanted to see.
Yeah.
Righty, good. Perfect. All right, well, we'll keep playing. We'll keep you updated on the game because I still need to finish it. And tomorrow will probably be a day full of that. Alrighty, let's move on to one of our last topics. We'll have one more after this, but we want to talk about X-Men 97. Last time we talked about this, we weren't able to talk in detail about it because Miles had not watched the show. I think he's only watched one episode. Maybe he's on the second episode of season 1. I think.
As of last week, that was the last thing I heard. But yes.
Yeah.
But in his defense. And I'm surprised he did this. I even asked him, and I hope he didn't take offense to it. But I was just like, oh, I thought you were just gonna watch a like a YouTube recap video.
Oh, yeah.
And he went back to watch the entire original series.
Yeah. So that was cool. So now he knows what's going on. More than I did. I know Shark King saw all of it again before watching X-Men 97. But I did want to talk about it because we are more than halfway through, right? We're in episode...
Yeah, 2/3.
Yeah, we're at 2/3 because I thought because it's 9 episodes. I thought it was 10 or 11, but it's 9.
9 this time.
Yep.
That's super sad. I really am super sad about that. But let's talk about this.
Hey, but the good thing about it, they have already renewed. They're working on they finished season 3, and they announced season 4. So I think we're gonna get it at least once a year.
I think even more sooner than that is their goal. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're currently working on season 4.
Yes. Season 3 is wrapped up.
Yes,
they're
that
done
is
with
correct.
3.
So they're hoping to get season 3 done or shown to us by next year, which I'm hoping it's sooner. I think what they've said before we go into anything is that they want to keep taking. They don't want to take like
a whole year. To get a season out.
2 years, 3 years to get the season. They want to get it out as soon as possible, which I love. That's how. I mean, when it's 9 episodes, again, I know people are like it's quality over quantity, but come on, man, 9 episodes every 2-3 years. No, come on.
Let's lose a little bit of quality.
I
think that the plan is to release every year. I think every summer. Well, like at least I'm hoping.
I think so.
The last
yeah.
one was last summer too. I did. So I posted this at the very end. Is that they announced that season 3 will bring the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants on season 3. So that's kind of cool.
Yes. So I want to talk about season 2 for right now. I think it's been super strong. I think we've had some. I honestly thought that they were going to be in the past and in the future for a lot longer. I didn't think it was going to be 2 episodes, and that was it. Was it 2 episodes or 3?
3.
3.
Well, no.
It's 1.5.
No, it's 4.
2.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like 2.5.
It's I forgot because there's another episode that focuses on the present, which
The
with
present,
Jubilee
yeah.
and X-Force.
Yeah.
So I forgot about that. Yeah. So you're right. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this? We're 6 episodes in. We have 3 episodes left. About Apocalypse, and I kind of from what Paul was saying about season 3, kind of sounds like we're gonna be finishing at least majority of their fight with Apocalypse this season, which kind of is a bummer because of what we had revealed at the end of episode 6. But I kind of want to know what are your thoughts right now on Apocalypse and what's been going on so far in this season.
I love him. I love Apocalypse. I mentioned this a lot. I think Apocalypse is he might be one of my favorite villains. He might be my favorite like Marvel villain of all time. I know he's not the most powerful. Like if you compare him to like Thanos, Galactus, stuff like that. But I just think his story's cool. Like he's the first mutant ever of all time. I think they did his origin story really, really well in
Agreed.
season 2. Yeah, he's just awesome. And I kind of hope that they don't. And I don't think they will kill him off. I think he'll be kind of a reoccurring situation because
Villain?
that's kind of the deal with
Yeah.
Apocalypse. Like no one ever kills him. We stopped him for now, and then he just kind
Yay.
of dips and then comes back.
Uh-huh.
They're like, "Yay, we didn't lose."
That much. They
That
lost.
much, yeah.
They've already lost a lot already. So
Yeah. So, and I mean, it works a little bit better with it being an animated series, but we know that a lot of like, even if he's defeated, or even if for some reason they kill him, like he won't stay dead for very long.
yeah.
They have the Dragon Balls.
I'm hoping he'll come back. Like I think 9 episodes, especially since not all 9 episodes have been targeted towards him. I guess a good portion of them have. But even if let's say the rest of these episodes are Apocalypse focused, let's say the 7 or 8 episodes is not enough.
No, I really wish
Yeah.
they would have made this like 15 episodes because I think there's just so much that they're building to, and I don't know how they're gonna wrap everything up in 3 episodes.
I mean, from what we were able to see in comparison with season 1, that the whole Bastion thing at the very end, they feel like it wrapped up pretty quickly as well. Yeah, it's a good show. I do enjoy it quite a lot. Apocalypse has been great. Like you mentioned, Sharky, and like even like knowing his backstory, I think they did really good learning about all of that. And of course, episode 4 was a really big episode. Well, was it episode? Yeah, it's episode 4.
Yeah, it's 4.
This is spoiler talk.
do
Also,
feel-
FYI, Paul, so you can just say whatever the fudge you want, within reason.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's spoiler
well,
talk.
okay.
Spoiler talk, guys.
So, killing Magneto. Oh man, that episode really got to me. I remember like as soon as I watched that episode, I texted Sharky. I'm like, dude, I can't believe they did this again, playing their feelings.
Again.
I know. And you feel for it. And I think this new episode, when you talk about Polaris, I think I really enjoyed this episode too because it's like, well, there's the repercussion. This is your father, and learn who you need to be. I don't know. I think the story has been great. I do feel like when it comes to this season, my prediction is just going to be the Horseman, the demise, Apocalypse runs away, like Team Rocket, and then move into the next season. I really feel like it's going in the right direction. I like that they're introducing a lot of new mutants in there. Not to mention each opening being a banger.
Completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like every opening, like I don't skip that the opening no matter what. Especially now.
I don't even skip them on the rewatches. I'm
This
like,
is so good.
Yeah.
It's such a great straight song.
That is fair, and my complaint, I don't know if it's a complaint or not, but I didn't mention it when I was talking to you guys. I feel like some of the arcs are moving like really quick. I mean, the overall arc, yes, like the bad guy who's in the whole season. I kind of get it, they need to space everything up. But there's so many great stories that I feel like they're going extremely quick. Like I mentioned to you guys, like when it comes to the Goblin Queen or also the Fear of Wolverine. I wish there were more time to expand into those episodes. But I guess I mean, I guess I shouldn't be complaining. At least we're able to get some. I don't know. Maybe if you get more of that, we'll be
Say,
a
say,
bit more robust.
Japan. I think you should be able to complain about that because, again, if you're going for quality over quantity in this, you have to know that every episode counts. So how do you tell this story about Feral Wolverine and about him getting his adamantium claws, and how can you connect that to the storyline that's happening right now, the main storyline? That's only 9 episodes, and I felt like they didn't do a well. Like it's not a bad episode. It just it just felt like it was so detached. And it's like I wish they would have kept. They could have made that a little bit, put that later, so that Wolverine's like, I can't. I mean, I'm feral. I'm way more like savage, but I need my adamantium claws, and I need that. So I need to go back and grab it. It just kind of felt like I don't know. It just felt like it was so detached because it didn't really do anything to
Well,
the story right now.
I do feel like they did that on purpose as well, because you think about it, on season 1, right after Gambit dies, that's where you get the Jubilee episode, and there was another episode that was the Storm episode as well.
Yeah, but see, at least the Storm episode kind of goes into like it was following up, like it eventually leads to her getting back her powers, which she needed to at the very end.
Sure.
But it felt, but again,
Jubilee.
that Jubilee's one, that one again, it was the same thing.
I think it was the same episode. It was the same episode. They just cut it in half, and I think about it, half
Yeah.
of that was Jubilee, like a short story, and the other one was Storm.
Yeah, again, I don't feel like those can be woven into the main story better. They just literally felt like it's like, okay, I'll give it to you in anime terms. It felt like you just defeated Pain from Naruto. Everyone's saying you're the best, you're in everything, and they're like, let's go back like 3 years when you're back in school, and let's talk about a mission you had for whatever reason. Like, it's not as attached, but it felt like that, and I don't like that. I thought that was just a horrible decision to do with such little. Yeah, it just with so little episodes. I just feel like that was a big gamble to do, and I don't feel it paid off.
I feel like I guess this is an assumption. What they're trying to do, okay, this is the cliffhanger. This is something big that happens. We let it cool for a little bit before we continue. Since X-Men, it's a bunch of characters. Let's have an episode that only takes care of this character, for instance. Because you think about it, last season was an episode for, like I mentioned, a short episode for Jubilee Storm. I think this episode, the previous episode when it talks about Wolverine and Morph, yeah, sure, they're disconnected, but I don't know. I think they want to like add more character development. But then again, I do feel like if it's not done, then when? Because the whole season is just a whole like story, right? You don't want to take away from that. If you do it at the very beginning, it kind of ruins the cool story Apocalypse. If you're doing it at the end, you kind of ruin the ending, right? So maybe in the middle.
But that's the thing, like at least for I mean, I don't know what the ramification, like it's just the ramifications of what happens because of the episode we don't know yet. And I don't think it's going to be such a huge thing because we know Morph, he was the main one that had the biggest influence on Wolverine's decision because he was the one closest to Wolverine. And it wasn't Wolverine himself that had any character development. It's just like, I have to have these adamantiums to be because I need it. But Morph he's really upset about it. But it's like, okay, but how will that affect the overall story? How will that relationship, that strain, affect what's going to happen in the future? And I just don't feel like
that's a great question.
But that's
maybe
the thing
there's something that they could be addressed in the next 3 episodes.
But I don't think
that's know that yet.
Yeah, but I mean I'll bet you, like I would bet you $100 that whatever happens that happened in episode 5 is not going to be anything super relevant to, at least with Morph, because he's the one that had that character development or that realization, is not going to affect him that much or be something pivotal in the next 3 episodes. I would bet my life savings on that.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. Again, I love the idea. I love his little line, "We're back, baby." Again, it's taken from the comic books. The covers. You got the Japanese bugs from the Japanese opening, which was, I watched it again. I was like, this just feels so weird. They just added just random things in that opening, just fighting bugs, which but whatever. So again, but again, that's
I
how I
definitely
think.
agree. In comparison with all the episodes that we've seen, the last episode was the weakest of the season.
You mean
Everything else had
Episode
me
6?
like fire. No, the one with Wolverine and Morph.
Oh, episode 5. Okay.
Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah, that's the weakest of the season so far. But overall, each particular episode has been like pretty good. I'm excited for the next episode as well. Kind of sad that we're wrapping up so quickly. We need more for sure.
So, Sharky, I'm gonna ask you this because this is again we're in spoiler talk.
Yeah.
Right now we don't know all of the horsemen that Apocalypse, because Archangel is no longer his horseman. They already killed one of his other horsemen, and at the very end of episode 6, we saw that he has his new horseman of death, which is Gambit.
Yes.
So, what do you think they're gonna do with Gambit? Do you think they're gonna keep him like that, or do you think by the end they're gonna turn him back to normal?
I think it makes sense, and they've kind of already hinted at it because was it Archangel talked about? He was like, "Oh, the only way that I was able to, be cured was because of Rogue,
Mm-hmm.
who conveniently has the one power that was able to undo that, and now
Yep.
it's Gambit. So I
Mhm.
would assume that she's somehow able to save Gambit. I don't know what they're gonna do with the other horsemen, just because it varies from time to time, and they're not always like the same combinations.
And we don't know who they are, right?
For them, unless it's the original ones, we know. I think if I'm not mistaken, I believe they killed War.
Yeah.
The one
Yes,
that
they
they killed was
did.
War.
Yeah, Cable
Um,
did it.
So the original, the other two are still out. I mean,
But we don't know
was
who
it
they are.
Pestilence and Famine are still supposedly not dead. They haven't been found. The original ones.
Who were they? I
But
can't remember.
they're literally just called Pestilence and War. Like they have the same like. They're from the '90s cartoons. They literally rode on horses, like mechanical horses.
Oh yeah.
Not the greatest ones, to be honest. I mean, I like more when Apocalypse grabs people and kind of like converts them.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
again my one. I don't mean to like gripe on the Wolverine episode. I kind of wanted them to make, because in the comics, Apocalypse is the one who gives Wolverine his adamantium back
Mm-hmm.
by converting him into a horseman. So I kind of was hoping they were going to do that, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen anymore.
That would have been actually pretty sick.
See, my
It would've.
guess on
And I
this.
mean, there's a couple cool ones. I mean, like I think the one I would be shocked if they started mixing things up, but Apocalypse also turns Hulk into one of his horsemen.
No, I mean, we saw Black Widow and Cap, so
So they are starting to, and we've seen Cap and we've seen Iron Man and we've seen Spider-Man. I don't know. I would assume that they won't. It seems like they're trying to not use them as much. Like they're just kind of letting you know, hey, these people exist, but they're not really. This is really just X-Men storytelling, but it could happen.
See,
But
my
again,
prediction on this,
Go ahead.
if I were to include it, I think this would be horrible if they were to do it. But if they were to bring Magneto as a horseman,
Which
the
has
reason
also
why it would be
happened.
and the reason, like I mentioned, yes, it did happen in the comics, but I feel like if they were to bring him in, like maybe like 4 episodes after, like before he died, I don't know. It kind of loosened the meaning will be less impactful. I don't know, but I could see that happening as well.
I think Magneto will come back eventually. I think
Yeah.
they're kind of setting up for Onslaught with the whole stuff with Charles, with the way he's thinking about Magneto, some of the stuff he's saying. It kind of feels like that's where they're gonna go for next season or season 4. I don't know, but one of those seasons.
I almost hope that they don't, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think
don't
they
like
will,
it.
but I kind of hope that they don't.
They shouldn't.
Do you
They
think
just-
what do you think they'll do then?
I think they will, but I kind of hope that they don't. Just because, I mean, I hope they don't. If they do, I hope they kind of deviate from the comic.
Yeah, the comic story was not the
But he's-
greatest. People complain so much about it.
Yeah,
It's
people
just
complained a
yeah.
lot about it. Yeah.
Onslaught's just kind of broken, and it was just kind of a way to like bring back a whole bunch of people and kill. Like it was just kind of like a reset button
Mm.
because of how he was so powerful. So I mean, maybe they could make him more interesting. And this, and again, they do seem to stick to the close to the comics. Though,
Yeah,
so
but
I'd be
I think
surprised if they went completely different.
they know when comic books were some storylines were like, yeah, that was not really good. Well, let's change it. Because
I mean, I would if they did it exactly like the comic, I would be bummed. But if they did it but did something new with it, I would be okay. I would be happy with that.
I was thinking something like not like a Orochimaru type of thing, but like where they're able to maybe bring Magneto back by extracting whatever essence that was fused with Charles and get it out. Like, and that's how they defeat Onslaught or whatever, because those two together is super dangerous, but when they're apart, it's a lot better. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of that they could do is like basically extract his essence.
I mean, like I said, the other thing is if he becomes a horseman, Apocalypse can bring him back from the dead, just to spite Charles.
Yeah, but doesn't he need a
And
body?
Then you got his body back. He can he has the technology.
But
The technology. He can do whatever he wants.
I mean, I don't know all of what he can do with. I mean, he'd have to he vaporize his body. That's the thing. He had no more body, so how is he gonna resurrect him?
That's a good question. Science.
Okay.
It's animation logic. He can do whatever he wants.
This is true, and I feel like pretty soon clones are gonna be important
That's true.
to the storyline. Like I feel like they're gonna have Magneto's clone come back or make an appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Goes by Joseph. He's just like a younger version of Magneto, and
It could be a scroll.
I think we're gonna get no. Don't say that.
Stop saying that, Paul.
Shut your mouth. You shut your mouth.
Shut your whore mouth, Paul.
I think we'll also get just because of the way we have cable. I think we're gonna get Strife pretty soon.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
That could happen.
And I think Strife would be kind of a good like surprise villain to kind of like postpone Apocalypse for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, we'll see. So far, everything like I said, I don't really complain. I know that I feel like you and your brother definitely didn't like the Wolverine episode, and I understand your complaints about it. I want to see how it fits in with the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I still feel like, and we had talked about, I think it would have made more sense if they would have flipped the order of the episodes. If they would have done episode 6 and swapped it with episode 4, like it just would have made more sense just replaying the death of Magneto over and over again, like because it just kind of felt like a really big tangent, and then had like Wolverine be there, and then we're like, oh no, like I had a hard time defending the students from, this danger room robot because all I have was bone claws.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that you see is in that episode 5 where they're trying to take down the polar bear, whatever.
The mutant bear, yeah.
Yeah, the mutant bear, and they talk about his claws, but that's the only thing. Like, I think you're right.
You did say in episode 1 too.
Yeah,
at the very beginning.
With
That's
the
also
Apocalypse
true.
box,
Yeah.
where he stabs them and then he yells because his bone claws get stuck in there and he has to wait for them to grow back. So you do notice that he's not quite the same, but at the same time, I was happy because like, hey, look, this is adamantium-less Wolverine. Look how much faster and feral he is.
Which I wish
and
they
lighter.
kind of.
He's like jumping around like crazy.
Yeah, and I wish they played more to that.
He weighs like he weighs like a fraction of what he normally does with adamantium.
Yeah, I wish they would have played more into that because, like, yeah, maybe his bone claws broke, but like he's still fair. He's still super strong. So it's like he could have done other ways to like destroy those Sentinels with those robots. So I wish they would have done more to show like, yes, he doesn't have an adamantium, but look how much stronger he is because his body doesn't need to continuously regenerate because of the adamantium.
Yeah, I wish they would have done that too.
But
yeah, I just don't feel like Wolverine. He's not like in the movies, right? He's not the main character. He's just like any other member of the X-Men team. So I don't know. I don't think they will spend much time on him as they might think so.
Yeah, overall, like I'm citing a little bit
It's
more.
good. I like.
think overall, I think it's good. I mean, they're great, if not better. The episodes. I know there's episode 5. I mean, it does feel like kind of more like a tangent or a side story or a side quest kind of thing. My only other complaint, I think, my only complaint about that episode 5 would be, I feel like they gave us Omega Red and took him
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
Very
that's
fast.
the dumbest
That's
thing
the one thing I'm
ever.
like, but he just got here.
My whole thing is like, how did they get him? That was my thing. I was like, how did they capture him?
That's
Of all things. And then it's like, nope, we're not gonna tell you anything. It's good. It's done. It's over. Like, freak, man.
Yes, I do. Doesn't everybody have Omega Red locked up in their military base?
I
No,
thought-
just us.
I thought it was common knowledge how to get him. No, how to.
I think he'll be back though. He'll be back.
Yeah, I believe he will, but it just feels kind of weird. Like that one. I mean, at least with Morph, you're like, okay, you're getting a cameo for cameo's sake because that's kind of like his job.
Yeah.
But Omega Red feels like he's too important to just be like, hi, and I'm gone.
Yeah, they're just dumb. I didn't like it.
Look
All
at that.
right, well, we'll see what happens with starting next week with episode 7, and we'll see how it ends. We'll let everyone know. Before we end, just final thing. So right now we are currently in the beginning of San Diego Comic-Con. There've already been tons of stuff already that have been announced. I don't know how much you've been keeping up with, but I kind of wanted to just really quickly kind of know what you've seen so far, if you've seen anything, or what you're excited to know about. Because we know that tomorrow in Hall H, Marvel's gonna have their presentation, and we know that they're gonna show something more. That we have the trailer. They're not gonna show the trailer. They're gonna show something different in the Hall H presentation. But aside from that, what else are you excited to see, or that you've already seen so far from the first day of San Diego Comic-Con?
Ooh. I think for me, I think it was really cool to see the new Avatar trailer.
Yeah, this
Of
Seven Havens? No, what's it called?
Something like that.
Yes.
I think it's about time. I'm kind of intrigued as how it's going to be. It kind of sucks that it's a Paramount Plus exclusive. But once again, there is the internet, so I don't have to worry too much about that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do there, because I do think when it comes to Avatar, they for the most part have like a really good story, and I like that the new animation. I think the animation gives me like, how do I describe it?
I'm not a big fan of the animation.
I
I don't know what it was
gives
about.
me like, I don't know how to describe it. Like it reminds me of a video game, like the animation for the video game.
Yeah, I can
that's
kind of see
what-
that, but I'm also like, I haven't watched Korra ever since the first time, and because I didn't like Korra at all. Like, I just didn't like her character, and now we know she's in it, or at least a vision or something of it, and now we know that they think that the Avatar brings destruction. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with this one, because now they're twins, they're Earthbenders now. That's how they're starting, and I wonder how the Avatar is gonna play, because right with Korra, the Avatar, or being able to connect to the previous Avatars, that was cut off. So the only Avatar that the new protagonist can even talk to, or if it's possible, would be Korra. Which I don't think she's a reliable Avatar, but that's who she has. So I'm curious to see what's the dynamic going to be with how the Avatar or the Avatar state is going to work in this new season. But I'm excited. I am excited.
Need the Avatar state.
Huh?
The Avatar doesn't even need the Avatar state. What do you mean?
Oh, that's true, man. I forgot.
In addition to that, I also saw some like footage from the new Marvel Talk-On like Street Fighter game.
Yeah.
They introduce Cyclops using the Phoenix Force. So that's interesting. I'm kind of intrigued of this game. I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I kind of want to get it, but I do feel like anybody got time for games nowadays.
Everybody's
But it
got
looks
time.
cool though.
I only
It
have time
definitely.
because it's summer.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot harder to to play some of the games that I do
Dude, but
want to
this game
consume.
looks so cool. Like the opening that they have for it is pretty awesome. I don't know if you got to see it,
Yeah,
but they animated it. It looks super cool. With all the X-Men, with all the fighters in here. So it's I like that they're doing this because they did this with Marvel Rivals as well. Even though they did an opening kind of, but it's not in the game for whatever reason. Or is it still? I can't remember. But I know they actually did an actual opening with like an original music, like an actual OP, and so they did this for Token as well, and it looks super clean. I'm super excited for it. I I wonder what the fighting community is gonna think of it. I know they're super excited for it. Maximilian is always it loves Marvel and he loved what was it MVC Marvel's Capcom. So I know he's gonna love this game. But I wonder how well it's gonna be technically.
I think it has a good audience, and the fact that it's a Marvel game, I think it's gonna draw a lot of people in for sure.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
and
you combine Marvel and anime. Come on, that's like a formula for success.
that is
Um,
true.
talking about like rivals, as you mentioned it, there was a panel about it. They did mention um who the new characters are going to be. I think it's going to be Gore the Butcher, one of the Marvel Thanos minions, and Nightcrawler for the next season. So that's kind of cool.
Ooh.
And they also mentioned new things you can buy, like figures. Like there's a Luna figure and also a Jeff plushie or something like that. The interesting thing about that is if you were to buy it, if you were to like buy those physical things, you can get a code to get a new skin exclusive to like the figure that you're buying.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know what to think about that. It's kind of cool, but at the same time, like, oh man, they really want our money.
Of
Um,
course they do. I'm interested to
yeah,
see this Age of Ultron mode that they have. Cause now they show like the
yeah.
skin for like, that Scarlet Witch from the movie, Ultron skin from the movie. So I'm interested to see what it is. We just got a teaser for. I don't know what exactly you're going to do, but we also got Wolverine.
Yeah,
The trailer for that. That looks super cool. Um, his character sounds kind of weird. I don't like his face without his mask. I was like, just keep your mask on.
It's okay. They're gonna fix it with the DLC.
Yeah, there you go.
And two things. Last thing that I want to mention real quick as well too. You showed me that the trailer for Spider-Man. Well, it wasn't a trailer, like the little clip that they show.
Yes.
I'm really excited for the new movie. I was gonna mention this before, but it does appear when I was watching some of the interviews from the director of the movie, and this guy. What's really cool about this, he apart from doing all his homework, introducing all the comic book covers into the movie, which you see in the first trailer, he also wanted to include elements from this Spider-Man Insomniac game, and you kind of see it on the clip that you shared with us when you see Peter jumping.
Mm-hmm.
If you compare it to the jump of this with the Insomniac PlayStation game, it's basically the same jump. At least to me, it does appear like that. I don't know if you
What
were
do you
able to
think, Shark
tell.
King?
Arcade,
I mean, I don't know if it's exactly, but it's definitely like heavily inspired.
right?
Yeah,
I
which
just
I
kept.
like.
I
I mean, the one thing we talked about is I think Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man had the best like web slinging
mm-hmm.
slash
Yeah,
parkour. And I feel like this is, I mean, granted, it's a video of a video, so I can't say it's the best, but it looks like it's at least the second place for now.
right.
Yeah,
So I'm
but
really
it's
looking forward.
looking much better.
I'm definitely looking forward to this movie. I'm really excited for the new Spider-Man next week, especially if they weren't to incorporate all the video game acrobatics. If they were to do that, because it does seem like he had an influence on that as well. So
What
yeah,
day is it coming out? that we're watching it?
The movie?
Yeah, because we're watching it early.
Well, it comes on Friday, next Friday,
Well,
but
Thursday is when people
close-
can watch it. But we're watching it Wednesday or Tuesday.
we're watching Wednesday,
Okay.
as far as I remember.
Okay, I'll have to look at
So,
it. One final thing, and I don't
of
know.
course, Avengers. I mean, I think they're gonna announce new Avengers stuff
Yeah.
tomorrow. I'm excited for that. I think they're gonna. My guess, they're gonna announce X-Men cast news.
I think that's a possibility. One fun thing for me that I was released earlier this week, but they showed Clayface. I still think it's such a weird movie to put in the DCU that they have right now. They're like, we have we have Superman, we have Supergirl, Clayface. What? It just feels like a throw out of left field. Like I knew that was their plan. Like it's not like anything new, but it just feels so odd placement to put this movie as a third one for their DCU. I don't know what you guys think about it.
I mean, I haven't watched any of the DCU movies, but it does. I mean, yeah, no one's. I don't think I've heard of anyone be like, hey, what really needs a movie?
Clayface.
Clayface.
That's true.
I don't know that many people that would need a list. That necessarily doesn't mean it's going to be bad. Again, I'm just choosing not to really watch. I mean, none of the three DC movies listed have had any of my attention, to be honest.
Yeah, and
I
Supergirl
can see
bombed.
why they did Clayface. I think from a little bit of background is because when it was introduced in the animated series, that episode was a really good episode. I think it even got like some kind of nomination. That I guess people decided let's do a character study of that and make it into a horror element into it. I mean, I will want to watch it just because of the whole premise, not because of the DC aspect, just of the whole Clayface persona. But yeah, I think overall I'm not looking forward to any other stuff. Maybe the Batman, like the Robert Pattinson one, but that in their whole different universe.
See,
I
think what they should have done is reverse it. So they have the Green Lanterns as coming out as on an HBO Max, but I think they should have made Clayface a series and made the Lanterns an actual movie. Because the Green Lanterns has a lot more fans than Clayface.
You don't know that.
That's your
And again,
I
that
don't
doesn't
know.
necessarily mean it's bad. Like there's lesser characters who can be made into good movies.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is probably like a number one
example, yeah.
example of that. I think Shang-Chi you could definitely put up there. I wouldn't say he's a top IP, but I think his movies were good.
Yeah.
Yep. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Alrighty, guys. That is it for tonight. Remember, you can watch this or listen to this first on all the podcast places. So Podomatic, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. Maybe you can also watch us. You only see me, but you'll see the two cheapies of Japorean and Shark King here on YouTube. And maybe you can follow us on all of our social media accounts at Tuna Podcast, capital C, capital N, capital P on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We will see you next time. This is David the Smash Fan.
And Shark King.
And this is Chibino Podcast, guys. We out.